Great day, kings and queens. I just want to thank everybody for tuning in to that radio interview. Just want to bless you guys, man, and just say thank you, for all the love and the support, man, that you guys continue to show me and that you guys continue to pour out to me. My mission, man, my purpose is to help you guys to see the value within yourself, man. That's my prayer. That's my desire. I want everybody, man, to recognize that, man, to be able to collectively become the greatest version of themselves as well as individually. We live in a time, man, that's causing us to be greater, that's calling us to be greater, and I just desire that in my heart, man, for you guys, man, and that's why I keep getting on here. I knew it since I was a kid that this is what we're supposed to experience, and I'm nowhere even near where God is taking me, but I've made it in my heart, I made it in my mind, and so now I'm just allowing time to catch up to me. But I want you guys to recognize that, man, and all the things that you've ever accomplished in life, you have to know that it's more. You have more out there. You have more potential to be greater than what you are right now. You have more opportunity out there for you to shine and be great in, but I just know that you guys have to invest in you. Man, take that time to invest in you, man. Like, if people know me, man, like, and people who are close to me, man, they know that I'm in a place in my life right now that I'm doing things that I thought that I'd never see myself doing, but I'm willing to become the greatest version of myself, and that's at all costs, to do whatever it is, whatever it takes for me to get there. And so I'm saying that, so that you guys will know that you have more in you to give. If you look at yourself right now, you can look at the honest God's truth within your heart and say, man, I got more to give. I actually can give more, man. Don't be like me that took a while for me to be able to see it, but begin to do it now. You have the opportunity to do it now. You have the opportunity to order a book, order Bishop T.D. Jake's Purpose, or order, Bishop T.D. Not Bishop T.D. Jakes, but Dr. Miles Monroe, Maximizing Your Potential. Man, just begin to look for these books, man, and begin to invest within yourself, man, and I guarantee, man, that you'll find, I'm sorry, Bishop T.D. Jake's Instinct, not Purpose. You'll begin to find, man, so many clues out there, man, that opens up your mind. That's all books are. Books are idea interpreters, man. They barely interpret ideas and help you to really understand who you are. But, man, I thank you guys, man, because you guys give me the platform to be able to really speak on and to share, this truth with me, man, because I just want you guys to be valuable in life, man. Outside of money, you know what I mean? Outside of a car, outside of a economical status, man, I want you guys to be so valuable in life, and I believe it with all my heart that you guys have that inside of you. And, man, if I just got to be the example to show you guys, man, that it's possible, man, God put me up there on the cross, man. I'm willing to do what it is, man, that's necessary for you guys to go on and be great. But that has to be my message, man, because that's the only thing that I believe in, is that each and every one of us has an amazing purpose in life, and it takes time. The process is not easy. The process is not always smooth sailing. The process is not a walk in the park. I will not begin to lie to you and say that it is. You will be challenged. You will be stretched. You will be pulled. The whole nine, the whole shebang. You don't have to experience it. That is just a reality. But I know within my heart that I would rather go through this process and get to the place that I was created to be in, then go through a process that's going to challenge you, that's going to stretch you, that's going to pull you to put you right back into the same predicament that everybody else is in. That's called mediocrity, and that's called normalcy. I don't want that, and I don't want that for you guys, man. You guys have a legacy on the line. Y'all have a legacy on the line, man. Like, really have a legacy on the line. And the legacy that you are leaving, you do not want to leave a legacy of debt and selfishness. You want to leave a legacy of wealth and selflessness, to say that, man, I really gave my all in life. Looking back at life, I really gave my all in life to be happy to leave life now. To say that, man, it was a joy to be able to serve in life and be the greatest version of myself. So without a shadow of a doubt, I know that my kids are going to be amazing. I know my kids are going to go on and be great because they have the greatest example possible. That's why I get on here every day and share from internet radio interviews, to Facebook Lives, to Instagram, to whatever I can actually get on, because I realize that the value in us is so immeasurable, but we have to really tap into it. We have to get to the point to say, like, man, you know what? What I'm doing right now is not enough. And I can be honest with myself. That's what it has to boil down to, your honesty. So I can be honest with myself. I was just in a place where I would not work a job. You know what I mean? Because I was so gung-ho on purpose, and I sacrificed some things. You know what I mean? Like, but now, you know what I mean? I'm balls to the wall. You know what I mean? Like, I'm doing whatever it takes, to be the most and the best expression of myself. Literally giving whatever it takes to get there. It does not matter. I want to be the best father. I want to be the best provider. I desire to be the greatest husband. I desire to be the greatest leader. I'm going to do absolutely everything that it takes to become that. Because if I can go 180 miles per hour, I'm going to try to push 181. Period. That's the bottom line. Because if the measure that's measured unto me is what I give, whatever measure you use shall be measured back to you. I'm going to give 181%. Even though I was only designed to go 180. Why? Because that's the measure that I want given back to me. That's just the bottom line, man. I was selling myself short. I was selling my family short. I was selling my people short. Because I had more in me to give. My sleep ain't the same. I ain't getting as much sleep. Oh, well. You know what I mean? Like, listen, because we got work to do. But it's in you to do. It's in you to turn off the TV and start reading books. I was having a problem with that. I wouldn't turn off the TV. I had the TV on. Michelle be like, man, Drew, turn off the TV. I can read a book with TV on. No, I can't. Not the way that I really need to. And so I learned that simple principle. I learned how powerful it is for God to have your undivided attention. But you get to this place in life by being diligent, by making a decision to be yourself, the best version of yourself, And it has to come. Once you make that decision, once your yes be yes, it has to come. It has to come, But you want to do this. And this is why I keep getting on here, pouring out to you guys. You want to do this, right? Because if you were created to be a light pole that can illuminate if you can be a light pole that illuminate the whole street, why would you settle to be a lamp that only illuminates the house or a room? You have the ability to be so great, to be such an amazing figure, not only in the history of your family, but the history of this world. But you keep settling. And man, I got tired of it. I literally got tired of it, to say, like, man, you know what, man, if God gave me the ability to illuminate a whole street, then I'm going to illuminate the whole street. I'm not going to settle for illuminating just one room. He said a city that's set on a hill cannot be hidden. So he wants us to be the best version of ourselves. He wants us to be great. I know that you've been taught by society to just be good, to just have a normal 9-to-5 life, to settle for the American dream. But man, you have to know, man, if you ever listen to one of my videos, that there's more to life. And you know it. And I know that I have spoken to something inside of you that has awakened to be like, man, it is something. Man, if that is alive right now, just begin to ask God, the universe, whoever you call it, just begin to ask, like, man, listen, what is it? I'm tired. Enough is enough. What is it? And I begin to ask. And once I begin to ask, I begin to receive the answers. And I won't stop until I become the best version of myself. God knows that I won't. I give my all to become the best version of myself, because I realize the impact that it's going to have on the earth. That's what you have to recognize. Like, man, if God put in you to impact the earth, but all you're doing is worried about impacting your job force, or all you're doing is worried about impacting your church, or all you're doing is worried about impacting your family, man, come on, man, you settling for less. You're settling for less. And that's not what you have to do. That's just the reality, man. Why do y'all think I keep showing y'all my experiences? Why y'all think that I go live when I do radio interviews and when I'm doing events and stuff? Why do y'all think I keep showing? Because I'm literally trying to show you guys that I came from absolutely nothing. I came from Southfield in Columbus, Ohio. I went to the same public schools and the same system that you guys are going through. That gave us multiple choice. So that we worry about using our memory more than our cognitive ability to be able to think outside the box and become the leaders in our mind. I went to those same schools, but I broke away from it because I realized that I do have a cognitive ability to be able to think like a leader, to have the innovative ability to think like a leader, and we all have it. So this is why I continue to show you my experiences. Because I want y'all to know that little fat little boy that everybody used to tease and pick on growing up, that everybody knew that this little butt was stinking, that everybody knew, you know what I mean, that I was this chubby little kid. I became, and I'm going to become, one of the most influential speakers ever known to man. Because I realized that fat little boy had a king inside of him. That chubby little boy had a leader inside of him. And that is why I come to you, because I'm speaking to the fat little boy. I'm speaking to the broken and the molested and raped little girl. I'm speaking to the abandoned family. I'm speaking to that child who didn't have a leader inside of their home. I'm speaking to that person who never got taught that they were great. I'm speaking to that individual that child that's in you is still holding on to you as an adult. Because you have the ability to impact the earth for the best. We are looking at a political system that is showing you its hand and showing you the stupidity, the ignorance, the mockery of truth. That's showing you this as we look at these two candidates, and we're forced to sit here and try to pick someone who we know both of them would be horrible if they were leaders. They've already showed you their hand and showed you that they really don't have the ability to lead in the choices and the decisions that they've made. But the reality of it is that when we recognize that we as the people have the authority, the ability to change ourselves and to become the best versions of ourselves, and that is what's going to make the earth the way that we desire it to be collectively, we'll stop waiting. We'll stop sitting around. We'll stop hanging on to that fat little boy that was teased. And we'll become that king and that leader that was put in you before you were even born into this earth. I want y'all to be great. I want y'all to be great. I believe I've already tapped into my greatness, and I'm just simply on my way. I'm just riding the magic carpet. You know what I mean? Like, so I honestly believe that and know that I'm going to get there. But I already know that, man, you have to experience this, man. Like, look at my eyes, man. Like, you have to experience this. If my eyes can get as big as my face, I would want them to. You have to experience this, man. This is amazing. To be able to be the best, become the best version of myself, and then be able to pour out into you guys and give you that, encourage you. I'm giving you everything that I got. Everything. That's why I keep doing these live shows. I keep doing these radio interviews. I keep doing it because I'm literally trying to give you everything that I have. because I realize that this is not my information. This is the divine creator's information. He just gave it to a willing vessel who he knew would continue to pour it out every day. I'm going to exhaust it if I can. So what? I don't care if I get on here and sound redundant and talk about the same things over and over again. You're going to get it. Period. Before I die, you're going to get it. You're going to be like, man, listen, I finally got it, Drew. Because you recognize that, man, it's the greatest thing that you can ever feel. Becoming who you know that God created you to be. A leader, a king, a queen, one who masters his ability, one who rules over his domain. One who has domination over his area of gifting, one who leads in his area of gifting, one who becomes the full image and likeness of God, one who walks in the ground on the earth as a child of God. You are unstoppable. You're an heir, king. You're an heir, queen. And you have to be great. You have to be great. There's no other option but you being great. I'm telling you it's not. Because you don't want to be on your deathbed. Or you don't want to be in old age and still questioning, like, man, what am I doing? You have the ability right now at the age of 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years old to go right now and be great. It's just a choice, a decision. Make up your mind and say enough is enough. That's it. Just say enough is enough. I want the best. God, what is the best and what does it look like? And just watch it. And then I'm going to give you those big old eyes again and say, you want this, man. You want to feel like this, man. You want to enjoy this, man. I'm giving you them eyes again because it's real. There's no greater feeling in the earth than serving you my gift and giving it to you selflessly and knowing that the Father he has to give me my reward. He has to. He has to honor what I'm doing. He has to. He has to give me the resources to become the greatest version of myself. He has to. Why? Because I didn't give myself this. Neither did you give yourself the treasures that's inside of you. But when you recognize that and you begin to pour it out selflessly, you'll become like the apple tree that knows that unless I give you my fruit, I'm going to wither up and die. If I don't give you this fruit, I'm going to wither up and die, and I will create no more fruit. I will create no more trees, because in my fruit there are seeds that's going to hit the ground that's going to create more trees. So if I do not, as the first one, as the leader, as the initiative, if I do not right now let my fruit hit the ground and give it away so that more trees can be produced, so that more fruit can be produced, so that more seeds can be produced, so that more trees can be produced, so that more fruit can be produced, so that more seeds can be produced, so that more trees, fruit, seeds can be produced, so that we can create a forest. If I do not do that, look at the disservice that I've given to all mankind by being so selfish and allowing my gift to go to the grave with me. I refuse. You hear me? I refuse. I refuse to allow you to. Again, I got mine, and I'm going to push so hard so that the world knows about mine. But as I push and I build these bridges and I bust through these doors, are you going to be behind me to walk through them? Because I'm busting through them so that they never close again. So that you go on and be the greatest version of yourself. So that you have every opportunity and no more excuses. I'm going to bust through these doors for y'all. But I need y'all to follow me. Don't make me bust through these doors and no one's behind me. Don't make me bust through these doors and y'all's children are not coming through these doors. Don't make me bust through these doors and you guys are not coming to be great. Don't make me do that. I need y'all to come. I need y'all to step up. I need y'all to recognize the leader in yourselves. I need y'all to recognize the innovative thinking that's within you. I need you to see the tree. The chair in the tree. I need you to see the table in the tree. I need you to see that because you have that ability inside of you. You have that gifting inside of you. You have that authority in your life. Stop waiting for somebody to buy you a tree. To buy you a chair or buy you a table. Look at the tree. See it in it. Cut it down. Build it. Build it. Build it. You have it inside of you. Let me give you them eyes again. You have it inside of you, and you want to experience this. You want to experience this. Because God has put his treasures inside of earthen vessels, inside of these jars of clay, to be great, to leave a legacy. I was listening to Dr. Miles Monroe. He said the reason why people need tombstones because don't nobody know who you are. He said if people know who you are, they don't need to go find your tombstone. Because the idea, the gift, that you left inside of the earth. We already know where you are. You're everywhere. You're impacting the earth even when you die. We don't need to know where Jesus was buried. We don't. Because his authority that he left in the earth impacts us still to this day. We don't need to see a tombstone. The only people who need to see a tombstone is the one who's not creating that legacy for themselves. What are you doing? Are we going to have to find your tombstone to know that you exist? To know that you lived in this earth? Or are we going to be able to use the products, the gifts, the ideas that you left us so that we can flourish from them? And the next 2 generations flourish from them so that they know what a leader look like in the area of music, so that they know what a leader looks like in the area of politics, so that they know what a leader looks like in the area of health and wellness, so they know what a leader looks like in the area of art, so they know that what a leader looks like in the area of motivational speaking. I will die serving my gift, because I want everybody to know that the treasures that's in these jars of clay are from an all-surpassing power that man could never give himself. That if he does not serve it to the earth, he will go to the grave being as selfish as the earth knows. I want you to be great. I need you to be great. I got on here today just to say thank y'all for tuning in to the interview, the internet radio interview. But I knew it was something that was still inside of me. Why? Because I keep pouring it in me every day. So every time he gives me an opportunity to speak, something's going to come out. But I pray that these are just not words, that they are exactly what Christ said they are. He said, the words that I speak to you are spirit and they give you life. And I pray that these words give you life today. To say, like, you know what? Today is the day that I will buy a new book. Today is the day that I will write down a plan. Today is the day that I will pray more. Today is the day that I will take action. Today is the day that I will get it done. Today is the day that I will no longer sit back. Today is that day that my life will change forever. Are you looking for those moments? Are you sitting back with your hands folded, waiting for something miraculously happen instead of being a miracle? You have that type of greatness inside of you. You have that type of greatness inside of you. I was facing a mandatory minimum of 20 years, a maximum of 20 to life. A mandatory minimum of 10 years, a maximum to 20 to life. I was playing with a loaded gun and didn't know it was loaded and almost blew off my head. I was obesity, facing diabetes. I grew up abandoned in a fatherless home. I grew up around nothing but drug dealers and gun violence and gangs. What's your excuse? Staying where you are, when God is showing you that the miracle is already inside of your life if you just simply take action and walk it out. This is for our babies. We look at the world and we say, man, they out here killing black people. Man, the government is so corrupt, the system is so, and God is looking at y'all like, man, I made y'all more dominant than anything in the earth, and y'all worried about a system? Y'all worried about a gun and a bullet? When I created y'all to have so much authority in the earth that when y'all stand together, that there's nothing that can stop you? Because the authority that I placed in your life and the gift that I placed in your heart, that you can get out here and create opportunities that the world cannot stop. They're waiting for your art. They're waiting for your poetry. They're waiting for your music. They're waiting for your product. They're waiting for your gifting. Why? Because when you serve it to the earth, it will heal the earth. It will change the earth. When they see the love that's coming from your gift, it's going to move nations. It's going to heal communities. That's a type of authority that you have inside of you. But you're sitting on it, waiting for something to happen when something is inside of you. A crisis in Chinese language means opportunity. Crisis does not mean destruction. It means opportunity. Sin was in the world. Christ came into the world because that was an opportunity for his gift. Equality was in the world. Dr. King came into the earth. It was an opportunity for his gift. Poverty was in the world. Helen Keller came into the earth. It was an opportunity for her gift. Mother Teresa, an opportunity. Apartheid, an opportunity for Nelson Mandela. It wasn't a crisis, it was an opportunity. What is the crisis that you're seeing, that you're accepting as a crisis in your life, instead of seeing an opportunity for your gift to shine? There's a lack of male black leadership in the earth. A lack of leadership, period, but a lack of male black leadership in the earth. That's a crisis that I saw. It gave me an opportunity to be a leader. So what I'm saying to you today, what I didn't mean or intend to say to you today, is that the best version of yourself is waiting for you. Whatever's holding you back from doing so, mine was sex and weed. I had to stop them things because they were holding me back. What's holding you back right now? Though they weren't conducive of me finding the best version of myself. As soon as I stopped them things, did everything just miraculously change? This big bang, boom, explosion, boom, and it was just great? No, it was a process still. But it gave me a peace of mind. It gave me clarity in my thinking to be able to find the pieces and piece them together in my life so that I can become the Andrew Clayborn that I am today. Am I the best version still? No. Am I still striving for it every day? Every day. But I have a clear enough mind to be able to see that. And that's the beauty in life, is that you have a clear enough mind so that you can see what you need to see. People ask me all the time about weed. Listen, man, weed was my best friend. That was my baby. That was my boo. That was my chick on the side. That was my wife. That was my girlfriend. That was my Bunsen, as we call it in Southfield. That was my love thing. That was my secret affair. What else can I, man, listen, that was my everything. Look how I'm smiling, because literally in the natural realm, it was my everything. But when I realized that it was keeping me from becoming everything that God wanted me to be, I stopped. I stopped because it was hindering me from becoming everything that God wanted me to be. Here it is. I thought weed was my everything, but it was keeping me from becoming everything that God wanted me to be. Why did I have to stop having sex? Because I needed to be able to see that I was a king. Sleeping around with people, that's what peasants do. That's not what kings do. We read that kings did that, but they still had a peasant mentality. Why? Because a king needs a queen, not maid servants, not mistresses. We don't need that, because you realize that how can me as a king give to a peasant and then think that I get something fruitful in return? I'm getting absolutely nothing in return, because her spirit and her mindset doesn't have the value in it, because she doesn't recognize who she is to be able to pour back into me. So I had to stop doing those things so I can recognize the king within myself to go on now and become the best version of myself. Because as a peasant, I had 3 kids by 3 different women. That ain't a king. That's a peasant. So what I'm saying to you today is that the power and authority that is oozing literally out of your pores every single day is causing you to recognize what's in you, so you can stop fighting that battle in your mind of an unknown place and a known place that you know gives you absolutely nothing that you desire, period. The unknown place is scary because we haven't been there yet. But we know, like we know, let me give you them eyes again. We know, like we know, the known place is so uncomfortable. It's so unfulfilling. It's so watered down. It's so unfruitful that you have to say enough is enough. How can I get to that unknown? Because you know it intrinsically and innately. It is a natural proclivity that you know that, man, when I get to that unknown place, I'm going to be everything I'm supposed to be. You know what's so crazy? I can remember when I was in college, right? This is so crazy. You can ask my dude kid. I will always say, man, I'm going to stop smoking weed. I'm going to stop smoking weed. He'd be like, man, bro, you ain't going to stop smoking weed. Here, take this joint. You know what I mean? Like, because he knew that I was saying it forever. Like, I'm going to stop smoking weed. I mean, Drew, take this blunt, bro. You ain't going to stop smoking weed. Hit that joint. You know what I mean? Like, but I will always say, I just want to see what's on the other side. I just want to see what's on the other side. And let me tell y'all, man. Let me give you them eyes again. Let me tell you. Man, listen, what's on the other side is a life and a lifestyle of peace, of joy, of abundance, of prosperity, of a yoke that is light and that is easy, is an understanding that causes you to become better and greater. Listen here, man. Listen here, man. If I can encourage you, man, that other side is the side that you were created to be in. Period. The grass is greener on the other side. I'm going to go ahead and say it. It is. It's much greener on the other side. But you know what's so beautiful, though? Is the grass is so green on the other side, and it's so beautiful on the other side that you become a person that you never knew that you could actually become, but you become this person that changes the people that are around you. It's that green. It's not just for you. It's for everybody that's around you. That's what's so dope. When you're on the opposite side, you're only looking for things that better you and then try to convince yourself that you want other people to be better from it. But then you realize that it's not enough. And so you become selfish. Oh, man, it's crazy when you really stop and think about it, man. Literally, it gets you on the other side. You want to have something that's great enough to satisfy you, and you try to convince yourself that it's satisfying you, and you want this satisfaction for other people, but it's so minute, it's so small that in actuality it cannot even satisfy you, let alone other people, and so you become selfish. But when you get to the other side, man, he give you so much. He said, press down, shaking together, running over. He give you so much, literally so much, that you literally can't hold it all. You start calling in people, hey man, bro, come over here. I need you to get some of this. Hey man, come on, cuz. I need you to get some of this. King, come over here. Queen, come over here. I need you to get some of this. Man, come on. It's so overwhelming that you want so many people to experience this overflow. And that is what happens when you become the best version of yourself. You get an overflow that's so amazing that you want everybody to experience it. That's why I keep giving y'all these eyes and saying that, man, you do want to experience this, man. You do, man. Yes, you do. Because it's beautiful. Tangibly, I'm nowhere where I'm going to be. Spiritually, man, I done took off like a rocket. But watch this, though. Watch this. Watch how y'all remember this video and say and remember, like, man, Drew said he wasn't where he wanted to be tangibly, but look where Drew is now. The beautiful thing is that if y'all jump on right now, if I got to be the one to just boost y'all up to where y'all got to go, if y'all jump on right now to this message, y'all going to take off just like I'm taking off. You think that God put this magic carpet that's only big enough to carry me up under me? Nah, it's big enough to carry everybody that's hearing this. Because again, the words that I speak to you are spirit and they give you life. I didn't create the spirit, nor did I create the words. So I'm literally using his spirit and words to give to y'all so that we all can benefit from this. The eyes. You dig? But you have to say enough is enough where I am right now. This is not doing it. It's not cutting it no more. God, you have to show me who I am and why I'm here right now. I need it before I go crazy. I was where you were and I was about to go crazy. because the information that I received before was so flawed, it was so messed up, that it was causing me to go crazy, because something inside of me was saying that I deserve more, that I deserve better, that there's more out there, that there's abundance out there. But I was told because I'm black that there's limits. Listen, man, that stuff will drive you crazy. It'll drive you nuts when you start listening to the inside of you more than you listen to the outside. It'll freaking drive you nuts when you don't have the answer. But when you start looking for that answer, he said, to everyone who seeks shall find. To everyone who knocks, it shall be open. When you start looking for that answer, and you start asking, and you start seeking, you start knocking, those answers come to you. And you start learning how great you are, man. I'm telling you, when you learn how great you are in his eyes, none of your mistakes can hinder you. Yeah, I got 3 kids by 3 different women. That didn't stop God from seeing me as a son. That didn't stop God from seeing me as a leader. That didn't stop God from seeing me as a king. Yeah, I used to be obese. So what? Yeah, I done got STDs and gave people STDs. So what? Yeah, I done lied. Yeah, I done cheated. So what? Who am I today? Who do God say that I am? That's the real question. And once I tapped into that understanding, nothing can stop me. Nothing can stop me. Nothing can stop me. Because none of that matters. He's about to use all of that, put that right there in the mix of it, and then help other people's experience from all of those things I just said about me. Use all of it. And say, Drew, watch how I still get the glory out of all of it. Watch how I show you how I'm the coldest in the midst of all of it. This is what you got inside of you, man. Get this, man. This is what you have inside of you. This is how great you are. And when you recognize that, your life will change forever. This information is in those books. This information is in those audios. Look, this is what I do. I go to YouTube every day and I type in Dr. Miles Monroe. You can type in Love and Relationships by Dr. Miles Monroe. You can talk about, you can type in a Kingdom. You can type in Purpose and Destiny. You can type in all with Dr. Miles. Dr. Miles helped change my life. But you see, I'm giving you my tricks. This is what I do every day, and so it downloads in my mind the information that I want out of life in order to be who I know that God is calling me to be. And so I resonated with the voice pattern of Dr. Miles Monroe, and so that's why I go on YouTube every day and listen to him for hours. And then I've ordered his books and I read his books every day. You know what I mean? Like, why? Because I realized that the renewing of my mind is what transforms my life. So the information that I had in there was flawed. I needed to change that information. So then that's why I do this every single day. Every day. People are like, man, that's boring. You're absolutely right. It's boring, but it's making me a billionaire. You dig? It's making me a multi-billionaire by downloading information from people who thought like a billionaire. I put in audios. You know what I mean? I listen to Les Brown. I put in audios. I listen to Earl Nightingale. I put in audios and I listen to Napoleon Hill. I put in audios and I listen to these great individuals. Why? Because I understand that their information caused them to be successful. I was taught unsuccessful information. All I got to do is replace the old information with new information. And as a man think in his heart, so is he, or what we think about, we become. Simple. You have that ability inside of you to make that change, to say that enough is enough. If I want to do something different, listen to what Drew Clayborn just said. It's not mine. I'm just giving you what has been given to me that has worked for me every single day. When I get in my car, I put in my headphones and I listen to this stuff. I don't cut no music on. Why? Because the music is not conducive to where I want to go in life, so I ain't going to cut it on. I'm going to listen to what's talking to where I want to go in life. The idea that I can be wealthy, that I can have billions, that I can build kingdom communities, that I can build my own schools, that I can build my own, that I can build my own libraries, that I can build my own communities that will be prosperous, that will look like the kingdom of heaven on earth. If this is the idea that I got in my head, so I'm going to listen to information that's encouraging that. And eventually, it says that the abundance that's in a man's heart, it has to come out. It says, keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it springs the issues of life. It says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth shall speak. The good man brings forth good out of the abundance stored up in his heart. So what's in your bucket? If it's causing you to be depressed, if it's causing you to be obese, if it's causing you to be stressed, if it's causing you to be worried, if it's causing you to keep going in bad relationship after bad relationship, if it's causing you to not be in a place of where you want to be in life, that's nobody's fault. It's yours. Get that? Okay, well, since it's my fault, since the knowledge that's been in there, that maybe somebody else put in there, the pain, the hurt, the experience that somebody else put in there, well, I still have the authority to change that. So I'm going to change it every day until I get to where I want to be. I want to wake up in a castle knowing that my mother is living in her baby castle and my grandmother is living in whatever home she desires to live in. And my children are taken care of beyond measures. And my children are able to see what life really looks like as we travel across the globe and we go into every ethnicity and we go into every culture and we swim across every ocean and we fly across every plane. Listen to me. That is ideas that's been in me since I was a kid. Therefore, I'm going to put in information that encourages that speaks life to that. The words that I speak to you are spirit and they give you life. Okay, well, I want to speak these things into existence. Death and life is in the power of my tongue. Well, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth shall speak. Okay, well, I'm going to put in the information that I want to come out my life that I want to create. That's it. It's literally that simple. So I begin to do that over and over and over again and then take action to get me there. And inevitably, the law says it has to work. Because I want to become the best version of myself. I'm not the best father. Okay, well, I'm reading Dr. Miles' book on the principles of fatherhood. I want to become the best version of myself. So I'm going to put in the information that is going to cause me to think like that. That's going to cause me to speak like that. That's going to cause me to act and walk like that. It's only a matter of time. Before I get off this couch that I'm sleeping on and been sleeping on for the last 4.5 years of my life. And I'm waking up in a custom bed inside a home that I built from the ground up. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. But I'm doing this every day. As I drive a car to work that seems like it's about to break down. It's only a matter of time before I'm riding in a brand new car. It's only a matter of time, people. But I'm not doing this for brand new cars and big houses and traveling. I'm doing this to be a reflection of God. And in the process, he said, you deserve the best, the absolute best. I came that you may have life and have it more abundantly. I died. It says that Jesus died. Jesus became poor so that we may become rich. It is your right, your birthright to have success. It is your birthright to have the best. But the way that you have the best is by becoming the best first. And then you have the best. I thank y'all for tuning in. I might as well call this another conversation with Drew because we were talking today. Yeah. But I thank you guys for allowing me again to use this platform and allowing me to speak into you guys' life, to speak into the hearts and the minds of you individuals that will come together collectively one day and change the nation. I thank you guys for allowing me to lead in my area of gifting, to love on you guys like y'all supposed to be loved on, giving y'all what y'all need. You know what I mean? Everybody, who grew up with me, they know exactly what we come from. They know the streets and the circumstances that we come from. They know they know the corruption and the destruction that was out there. We can still ride through the same area right now in Southfield, you know what I mean, and see the destruction that's going on out there. Seeing all the young men out there on drugs right now who was selling the drugs. You dig what I'm saying? I came from that, and I came out of that, and I emerged out of that. Why? Because I found that that wasn't who I am. I found out that I'm a son of God, and so are you. You are a child of the King. And if your earthly father was a king, how would you think? I'm going to leave you with that. God bless y'all. Remember, it's not a look, it's a lifestyle, because we do this every day, not to impress people, but to leave an impression on the earth. Be great. I love y'all. Peace.